Welcome back to 9446 Network for another diecast review. And today it's going to be a throwback review of one of the best throwback paint schemes to ever be made since 2015. Here's ARIC Armarola's Winn-Dixie Smithfield throwback paint scheme from the 2021 Southern 500 for Stewart-Haas Racing. And my goodness, man, this is the best throwback of that year. Hands down, in my opinion. The greatest of all time. I'm telling you, man. This is... All the Mark Martin cars are some of the most beautiful paint schemes we've ever seen on a stock car. But this is definitely one of them. And it's on ARIC Armarola. A driver that I like. So, there you have it, folks. Doesn't get any better than this. And he had a tie-in with Mark Martin. As well as this paint scheme. So, we're going to get this diecast out of the box, and this is not gonna be the last time you see this diecast. You're gonna see this one again, for the purpose of what I'm gonna bring up at the end of the video. So if I can slip this thing out of the box, there you go. Out you come. All right, let's do this. And it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Oh yeah, this is good. Here it is, folks, the ARIC Armarola Winn-Dixie throwback. So without further adu, I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into it. Number 10, Mustang, Stewart-Haas Racing. Ford right there, Smithfield. You got ARIC Armarola's name with the Ford logos. You got Sunoco, Goodyear. NASCAR International Race Car, the throwback sticker. You got Winnin' and Grillin', NASCAR salutes. ARIC Armarola's name with a piece of a decal sticking up right there. You got number 10, Ford, Smithfield, High Point, Rush Truck Centers, and a logo that I cannot read in red. You got Smithfield, Exalta, Haas, Winn-Dixie, Mobile One, another little piece of decal I just peeled off right there. You got Haas right there. You got the rear view camera, the Winn-Dixie logo. You got Mobile One right there, the Ford Michigan license plate with the 2021 registration sticker, the number 10. Winnin' and Grillin' on the deck lid, ARIC Armarola, Smithfield, and the number 10 on the top. So for the paint scheme itself, this car was spray painted a very bright orangey red color, just like the original car was in around 2000. It was absolutely an incredible paint scheme back then in the Busch series, and now we have it in a Cup Series Mustang throwback. So without further ado, let's review this car. You got a little bit of a decal or a Sharpie mark. Maybe that was a paint chip there and they tried to fix it in the factory. But you got a black outline, a white outline, and that red-orange number fill-in for the sides and the roof. And for the front, it's got a black outline with a yellow number fill-in. As you can see, if I can get the camera to view it. Back it up a little bit more. Doing this again. Okay, there you go. Now you can see it better. So you got that 10 right there. And of course, a yellow number 10 on the back. So it goes from being all black back here to being that red-orange in the front. But we're going to start in the front, of course, when we're reviewing the car. So you got a black splitter. And, of course, it fades into that orange. Or transitions, I should say. Doesn't start fading until it gets into the yellow. And, yeah, that right there, those little dots, that's supposed to be a gradient. But that's very, very hard to do on a 164. Especially on top of a decal. So they got that going on right there. And it fades into those cartoony looking flames that have a black outline to it. And then, of course, it goes from another shade of red and fades into a yellow-orange, into another yellow color. And it goes from that, and it goes into the flame design across the side. You can see there's gradient a little bit over here, next to the blue Goodyear. It fades from there, and then it fades back again. It's like this back-to-back, just fading across this die-cast. The red and the orange and the yellow, it just continues to fade all across. And you can very much see it on the roof and on the top parts of the car that you can definitely tell is gradient, which looks really, really nice with the red and the orange, like a sunset, but it's in flames. So it's got the flames again with the black outline to it. Very, very cartoony looking, which it looks really cool like that. It looks very retro. Of course, it fades all the way. And, of course, the flames stop at the very end. This thing looks like a fireball on the track. I mean, this looks absolutely incredible. And, of course, it fades into the black where the American ethanol is. And the rear quarters of the back. You got a black spoiler right there with a black tail. The spoiler. and it's on the deck lid. It kind of just, so for the rest of the car, it kind of just stops like on the back corners and then towards the back, but on the deck lid, they continued the paint scheme to have flames on it. And that, my friends, is going to be the paint scheme. But my goodness, man, it looks really, really cool. And I know the Winn-Dixie logo did not look like this on the original car. That's the modern logo they threw on there. They must have had a hard time getting the rights to that logo or something, or maybe they just couldn't pull it out of their files, didn't have one, so they just kind of had to go with the modern logo. It doesn't look bad. I'm not going to hate on it. It looks really, really nice anyways. And to be honest with you, it kind of adds a tiny bit of modern touch to a retro scheme. So if you wanted to use this as a primary, go ahead. It absolutely looks great as a one of those cars. You really can do it. It's absolutely a beautiful car that I highly warrant you to get this car. Highly warranted that you pick this up, because I had no idea this car was getting made until I looked at the shipment report. And my God, am I glad it did, because you're going to find out why it was a good thing this car got produced for me. Number one, this is a Mark Martin car, and Mark Martin was one of my favorite drivers growing up. Number two, we need another ARIC Armarola car. Number three, it's another throwback for the Flashracer Cup Series. And of course, check this out, boys and girls. See if I can get my camera to focus in on this. Come on, man. Maybe if I kneel a little bit. There you go. This car looks very, very close to a 124 that I have. It might not be throwing back to the exact paint scheme, but this right here, look at that. That is awesome. Right there. Very, very cool. And when this car gets done running its race in the Flashracer Cup Series throwback event, it's going to go in here. This car is going to go in the case right next to that 124. But yeah, guys, absolutely a beautiful looking diecast all around. Not only is it another Mark Martin throwback, but they did one that wasn't Valvoline, so that's interesting too. I'm really glad they're doing more than one of his sponsors. As much as I love those Valvoline cars, it is nice to get some variety. And this car provides the variety that I would be looking for as a Mark Martin fan. So you guys at 360 view. And ARIC Armarola is a driver that I like, so I don't mind him running a Mark Martin throwback. So that's very, very cool. I'll give him a pass on that. ARIC Armarola is a guy that I respect. So why not have him run it? And if he has Mark Martin ties, go for it. And that's exactly what they did. I was worried they weren't going to make this car, and here it is in my hands. It's absolutely incredible. Unfortunately, though, since Mark Martin cars have been cursed since 2015 when the throwback started, it got wrecked. So, he might want to consider banning Mark Martin throwbacks if you don't want to end up wrecking every time. Which is unfortunate that there's a lot of bad luck attached to some of these things that are Mark Martin themed, and this unfortunately got bit. Which is really, really sad, because I really like this car, and unfortunately, it got grilled. But anyways, yeah, now I can use it for the throwback race as well. For ARIC Armarola, I don't have to use the Tony Stewart 2019 throwbacks anymore, keep recycling those cars. We got new ones, and nothing better than having a Mark Martin one. Absolutely a beautiful car. My favorite ARIC Armarola diecast in my collection. Obviously, it's going to go in the collection case. Maybe this car is going to be pretty special. And can you imagine if this diecast goes out and wins that throwback event for my diecast series? Can you imagine if this thing wins? Oh my goodness, man. If that thing is good enough to win. Let's just snap that off. It's a piece of decal that came off. But yeah, can you imagine if this thing goes out and wins that diecast race? This diecast is going to go up in value for me, honestly, but... yeah, it looks really cool, even with the modern little sponsors, like the Mobile One and like the Smithfield and the Haas. It still looks great on this car nonetheless. And of course, got the NASCAR salutes because it is part of that tour. Thankfully, they already have the throwback logo, but it is an official throwback, folks. Very, very beautiful car. Highly suggest you pick it up if you're a Mark Martin fan. Pick this car up. You're going to wish you had it. Thank you guys for checking out this diecast review. Comment, like, subscribe, and if the comment section isn't blocked, tell us what you guys think of this diecast. I love this car. It's one of my favorite diecasts. Could be my favorite Mustang diecast in my collection, because you guys know I can categorize this stuff. So if I had a favorite Mustang diecast, this would be it right here. The Mark Martin throwback right there. It looks very, very beautiful. Man, I'm so glad to have it. This is so cool to have a Mark Martin throwback diecast. Hopefully it doesn't wreck in the Flash Racing Cup race. Let's hope it actually finishes, or better yet, wins. Thank you guys for checking out this diecast review. Comment, like, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next diecast review. And always remember to make sure you know what you're doing when you're putting decals on your diecasts.